3 years after separation, I still feel guilty that my kids don't have an intact family. If you're a single dad and you're still trying to figure out if you made the right call, if you feel that pain in school events when you're there by yourself and everybody else has an intact family while you are there only yourself, this video is for you. That guilt, it doesn't disappear. But here's what I learned with living with it. My name is Tony. I am documenting my life, building health, wealth, and relationship in real time as you watch, and I'm a single dad of 2 kids. So like the guilt appears in random moments, right? Especially at school events because all the parents are coming up together, they're all bringing their kids, and then I'm the only one there with my 2 kids, right? And it sucks because the kids don't have their mom with them every now and then, right? Because the mom is probably busy with work. And so I'm only there at the events by myself with the kids. And I always see like a happy father and happy mother playing with the kids. And the kids are yelling or playing with their parents. And then my kids only come up to me, right? And something about that, I feel guilt every now and then is because like it's not intact family. Like we all thought that we're gonna have a strong family together, that the mother and father is gonna stay together. Like my parents were divorced, and I don't even know my parents that well, but it's just like it's such an unfortunate event that this passed on down to me, right? And I cannot have avoided it. I did not change it, and it sucks, right? So I do feel that guilt every now and then. And like there's just this whisper in the head that you failed them, that you should have done more to keep the relationship together, that you should have had an intact family, that I should have not be the same as my parents. And it just sucked that it happened. But here's the thing. Feeling guilty isn't actually mean that I made the wrong choice. I've learned to recognize the guilt as proof that I care about the well-being of my kids. We all know that statistically that the kids do much better with an intact family. Well, I should say a loving intact family. So instead of drowning in guilt, which is always gonna happen, I feel it for a brief moment, but I turn that into fuel. And my strategy is very simple. I just be as present as possible when the kids are with me. I help them with homework. I read them stories all the time and read books with them all the time. I draw with them. I'm just being as present as possible. I take them to events. I chill with them. I communicate with them. I cook with them. I eat with them. Like anything that I can do to be as present as possible, I will be there for them. And everybody that knows me and my kids know that how much we love each other and how much we spend time with each other. So I don't have any problems with that. Like I know for sure, I'm confident in myself that I'm being the best dad as I possibly be. So there's like zero guilt there. So I'm not just physically present, but I'm also emotionally present. When they want to talk about something, when they have a hard question about their mom or about school or about their friends, I'm there to listen to them and to give them advice and to basically be their dad, right? To show them how it's done, to teach them values, to teach them how to make important decisions and smart decisions. And then when the time comes, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna ask me about what happened with me and their mom, like I will have that conversation with them. I won't hide from it. I will just tell them the truth. I will be honest with them. And honestly, like our life have gotten much better after separation. My money got improved, our relationship improved, we live in better neighborhoods, we go to great schools. Like things have drastically improved after separation, even though we're not an intact family. So what is there really to feel guilt about, right? Like I have to remind myself of these things because it pops up every now and then. The fact that we don't have an intact family, because ideally it would have been good to have that for the kids so they don't have to worry about the co-parenting and going back and forth between parents and just going to school events together as a family, as a group. But unfortunately, that's just not the case. And instead, I just use that guilt as fuel to keep pushing forward to do great for the kids. Real quick, if you're getting value from this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you. So one negotiable I never do is I never talk mess about my ex. Never in front of their mom, right? It might feel like I should every now and then because something happens or an issue happens, but I do my best to never say anything bad about their mom because I do not want them to see their mom as a bad figure or as a bad mother or anything like that, right? It's just not good all around. And so I just do my best to not have any sly remarks or anything like that about my ex because it's just never good to do in general, whether regardless if it's in front of the kids or friends or family. Like I really don't even talk about my ex that much unless like it just pops up out of nowhere, right? But I avoid that conversation as much as possible because there's just no reason to talk about it. And there's just no reason to say anything bad. There's just no point to it. Like to me, I think that when you talk mess about other people in general, it gives them the power. Right? So if I talk mess about my ex, I'm just gonna give her more power of myself. I mean, that's just unnecessary. I don't need to do that. right? And it's just not good to talk mess about their mom because that's their mom. So it's a non-negotiable where we say anything bad about the mom. Even when the kids, they get mad about the mom and they tell me something, I was like, look, you cannot talk bad about your mom. I don't want to hear it. I will let your mom know about it, but don't try to say anything bad about your mom, okay? Like I even catch my kids and tell them to stop saying anything bad about their mom. And I hope that my ex does the same about me if they try to say something bad about me. But the point is, like, the kids don't need to carry the baggage of the mom and dad. They don't need to know all that stuff. Like, they're kids. They should be having fun. They should be thinking about their friends. They should be thinking about TV shows and other stuff that is more interested or curious to them. They don't need to know about me and my ex issues or problems. Like, that's adult problem. The kids need to stay out of it, right? Keeping that negativity out is one way to protect them. And here's what keeps me going in terms of overcoming the guilt and just pushing forward is that, number one, like, I never really had a father figure or the mother figure to even show me what a good relationship looks like. So I think that was definitely one of the downfall of my relationship, is just not knowing any better and not having any experience and not having anyone I could go to help me with understanding the relationship. But this time, obviously, and now I'm much more experienced. Now I learn from my lessons. And now that going forward, I'm going to make sure that my kids don't make the same mistakes I don't make, right? And so if I have a new date that coming along, I'm going to treat her with respect. I'm going to make sure that this is how a good relationship looks like in front of the kids. Because my kids are watching me now. They're seeing me how I handle conflict. They see how I date. They see how I handle my life after separation. And I want to make sure that I'm being positive. I'm being confident and being realistic also as well, because obviously one day they're going to have their own relationship, and I want to make sure that I am there for them. I want to be their model for resilience, for accountability, for what to do and not to do. I want to show them that, look, here's what daddy did in the past. It did not work. And here's what daddy did in the past that did work. And just make sure that you're following these rules, okay? So I just want to make sure that I am giving them a good role model on what a good relationship look like and what it takes to maintain a good relationship. So now it's been over 3 years now after separation, and I can tell you, like, I don't feel that much guilt at all in terms of being a single dad and not having an inside family, or that guilt is dissipated because I have done everything in my power to be a great dad. I have done everything in my power to make sure the kids have everything they need. So it's like I have taken actions to ensure the best life possible for me and my kids. They come first. I prioritize them first. I always hang out with them. I always be present with them. Like, I'm doing everything I can to be in their life. So this is why, like, I don't feel that much guilt when I go out and about and see other parents or other intact family. It's always going to be there, but when it pops up, like, I easily remind myself, oh yeah, I'm already doing all these things. I'm being the best dad possible. And so there's no reason to really feel guilty. And then I just got to make sure I don't make the same mistake going forward when I find a new wife or a new partner, and just make sure that I'm building the best relationship possible. And so when the guilt takes place, I'm just being much more intentional, or I'm using it as a reminder to make sure I'm being more present as possible for my kids. So what I'm saying is, like, you didn't fail because the relationship failed. So maybe this resonated with you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tony Chan. If you want to look at more videos of me documenting my life, check out this video on the end screen next.